We had another Twitter poll this past
Damn
couple
right
weeks.
we did.
Because we're a podcast for the people.
We interact.
We interact. Caring. Interaction.
This is what you get at Drinking Buddies podcast.
Democracy. Freedom.
Damn right we do.
So we decided
I'm like
that...
those fucking Nazis, am I right?
Jesus.
It makes sense in what we're talking about this episode.
That's
Otherwise,
true.
it sounds very harsh.
But we haven't said what we're talking about yet. Although it's probably in the title, maybe, if people read
that
the
might
stuff.
be.
But
We'll see.
yeah, otherwise you just sound like an asshole.
Yeah, I do. I usually do though. So.
We decided we both hated our sign-off. And we never talked about it, but I think we both hated it from almost the whole time.
I felt like a schmuck every time I signed off.
I don't even want to say it now, just to remind people.
Yeah, it's very forgettable because it just ends with us awkwardly saying goodbye.
Yeah.
And then have a good week. We still say that, but we don't meet every week.
No, we don't. It's just a disaster. It just really started from me and you probably just not knowing what to say the first time, and then we just kept saying it.
Yeah. It's time we evolve and grow.
Right. A year later. So this is, so we had a little poll. We let you decide what our new sign-off would be, and there were 3 options. Stay drunk, everyone. Goodbye, McGoodbye face. Which, honestly, I thought was gonna win.
It might have.
No,
we're not telling them till then.
That's true. And then, there was a suggest your own. One person did, but they're private. It was my mom.
Oh, that's why I can't see it. It was infuriating.
Yeah. I believe it said, I don't even remember how it was phrased, but it was, the essence of it was the takes are hot and the beer is cold, or something like that.
That's pretty good.
Which is actually in our Twitter bio. And I don't remember writing that, but it's in there.
we have a Twitter bio?
Well, yeah, the little... we have
that
a Twitter
makes
bio.
sense. Wow, what a Twitter bio.
You're looking at it right now for the first time,
If
aren't
anybody
you?
hasn't read it, I'll be happy to read it right now.
Do it.
Sons, brothers, podcasters. Home of the Drinking Buddies podcast. The takes are hot and the beer is cold. And then it says our email, and then art by Claire.
That's our bio. What's your reaction reading that for the first time?
I feel like whoever made that's a pretty smart guy, you know? And clearly, when I read that, I'm like, those people, those 2 podcasters, they're very funny. You know, I want to be friends with them. Maybe grab a drink with them. That's what crosses my mind, because they're sons and brothers.
Exactly.
So they're relatable, but they're also podcasters, so they're cool.
That's what that means. Alright.
I'm sure that's exactly what you meant when you're writing it.
Yeah. Episode 37. 37 feels like a lot. I know we've been going in order by 1, but 37 is where I'm starting to be okay, that's a healthy amount.
That's like season 4 in a TV show.
Yeah. Well, for most of TV shows, not fucking... I can't think of one, but those stupid TV shows with 1 million episodes a season.
That's true, early sitcoms from 15 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 24 episodes.
Yeah, they're all comedies. Okay. This is gonna be the Saving Private Ryan episode. And
fuck Nazis!
That's why he said his Nazi joke in the beginning. He will probably continue to say Nazi jokes, so I apologize. I can't. What?
I can't believe we put this stuff out in the open for everybody to hear. Shocks me every time.
If you don't already follow us on Twitter, you can read our Twitter bio and vote in future polls, because we do those now, at DBuddiesPod. You can send us emails. Mailbag questions are always welcome. We usually just store them, and then we do them all at once every once in a while, and we might be getting close to that point again. So shoot us an email. Our email is dbuddiespod@gmail.com. You can always DM us on Twitter as well. Our Facebook page is Drinking Buddies Podcast. I don't even want to mention the YouTube page, but we do have one. Yeah. I think that's all the particulars. Make sure to rate, subscribe, tell a friend, tell 3 friends. And if you're gonna rate,
gotta up the telling.
If you're gonna rate and rate less than 5 stars, just don't rate.
Really, just stop listening. Why are you wasting your time with a 4-star podcast?
Exactly. Like, don't unsubscribe, but like...
No, we need your subscriptions for sure. We just don't want you to listen.
Yeah. I don't think they pay for listens. I think they pay for subscriptions.
Yeah.
Or downloads.
I think it's downloads.
Yeah, it's downloads.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So just put on auto download. And then forget about us.
Buy a couple other phones so you can do 5 more, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Be a true fan.
Exactly. Okay. So, for the Saving Private Ryan episode, do we have a lot in store. We have awards, again. So we're going to do about our best moment, MVP, biggest, oh shit, he was in that movie, and then who won the movie. And then we're going to list off a bunch of fun facts. We both have a Saving Private Ryan themed trivia question. And then if we have time, we'll sneak in a pop, and then shit we forgot, and then fuck this thing. Which I almost forgot. Shit we forgot.
I did forget it.
Yeah, I didn't write it down. I just remembered it when I was reading off the agenda. So
that's the point of this segment.
Exactly. So, before we get into it, Noah, what are you drinking this week?
Oh, we forgot that too. I'm drinking a Miller Lite. And yeah, so that's that.
Yep. There's not much to say about that.
What's a Miller Lite?
Did you do your pre-show shots?
Oh, I did not, no. I don't have any hard alcohol, did you?
Yeah, I did. But maybe you'll remember what show you host today. For those who don't know,
so what are you drinking, Eric?
For those who don't get that joke, listen to the last episode. I'm drinking a Pacifico, still from Cinco de Mayo. There's so many of them, but these are my last two.
That makes sense. That's a good beer. It's an underrated beer.
Yeah, it's no frills,
Mm-hmm. Nothing. Yeah. No frills. I'm not sure what that means, but absolutely none.
None of those.
No, I don't like those.
Okay. So what award would you like to hand out first?
I feel like MVP is the most, meh,
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Okay, I'm gonna go first because mine's lame.
Yeah, what is it?
It's gonna be Tom Hanks. Because...
It's tough not to be Tom Hanks.
I mean, I don't have much to say about it. It's just...
Tom Hanks is the MVP in literally every movie he's in.
Yeah, I can't think of one that he's not. Was there, I feel like there was one movie with, young Tom Hanks. But he was probably the MVP in that as well. Yeah.
I can't think of it either. He's the MVP of the world right now. He's the only, the Me Too movement is great and so important. But it would crush my soul if Tom Hanks is ever accused.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Who's your MVP?
My MVP is Matt Damon. Because, guess what? They spent the entire mission trying to save him. He's the most valuable person. You don't try to save everybody. But it was because of Matt Damon this whole thing happened. Yeah. He's the most valuable.
I don't know what he did. It's not like he earned that, though. His brothers just died.
No, that's true, yeah. No, he didn't earn shit. But, he also, if anything, it's a pity award. He lost all his brothers. He deserves something.
That's true. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like if he dies, there's no point in the movie.
Yeah.
So
and also, like, Matt Damon also Matt Damon's an awesome person. He's great in everything. I think The Martian is one of the most underrated movies.
Do you really? I thought it was weird that it came out right after Interstellar, where he was, like, also the Martian dude.
Yeah, I did think that was weird. I also thought there's, like, both space movies, so I feel like both would be liked more right now. If, like, everybody both likes, like, people like both movies a lot, but I feel like if it was separated more, both movies would have benefited.
Yeah, like, I legit thought it was a spin-off the first time I saw the trailer.
Yeah. No, it's such a good movie, though. But this isn't the episode on The Martian. This is the episode.
No, this is not the Martian episode. This is Saving Private Ryan, and Matt Damon was good. He was not good. He was great in Saving Private Ryan.
He was
as
great.
Private Ryan. He's the movie's named after him.
Yeah, if a movie is named after you, you're probably the MVP of the movie.
It isn't the Captain Miller movie.
Absolutely. I would not watch that movie.
No.
I would if it was Tom Hanks.
Yeah, of course. Of course you would. Okay, what's the next award you want to hand out?
Best moment.
Okay. I was checking to make sure I wrote something down for that.
I hope so.
You can go
All
first.
right, I'll go first because mine's kind of lame.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the opening scene, D-Day, when they were storming Normandy Beach. It's just such a brutally, like, exhausting and real and depressing scene where you see, like, the true horrors of war. And it's just so epic and long. And that's how he starts the movie. Like, technically, the opening scene is the one at the graveyard. I get that. But, if anything, that makes the scene better because it, like, it's very contrasting of, like, the super violent war and then old couple at a graveyard, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's, what can you say? That's, like, considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest scene of all time. And it's just acclaimed for its realism, how veterans who were at D-Day just couldn't watch it because it just reminded it was, like, too real for them. I don't have much to add. I will talk about that scene a lot, I'm sure. But yeah, that's the best moment of the movie. But if you were to try and be creative and come up with a different part, I'll throw in the part where Matt Damon's talking to Tom Hanks, and he's telling about this story about his brothers in the barn. And the reason why I'll throw that in is because that was all ad-libbed. Matt Damon was just making shit up on the spot.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's the first
That's
fun
something
fact
an
of this
MVP
episode.
would do, is it not?
Well, I don't know. I think the way Tom Hanks is able to play off his ad-libbing is more valuable.
Well, yeah, that's how it works.
But it's like a great humanizing moment in the film. It's an important part, and then it was all kind of ad-libbed. Just kind of adds another cool element to it. So I will say that moment.
That is really cool. I love it when, like, shows and movies are, like, partly improv.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this is an award because you came up with this award when we were looking through the cast list. Because there's so many people, famous people in this movie that I just didn't remember were in it.
It's like, and not just like, just bona fide stars too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like people everybody knows, and then there's a bunch of people like a lot of people know. You know, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh shit, he was in that movie. Is Bryan Cranston? Because I thought to myself, oh shit, he was in that movie. And it was kind of before he was like a big actor, I think. Like 1998. Bryan Cranston wasn't really a thing. I don't think. Wasn't Malcolm?
No,
I don't know.
No, he wasn't as well known then.
Yeah, that shocked me. But like after you say yours, I'm gonna name some more.
Okay, well I also wrote down Bryan Cranston, but I will think of another, and I will say Vin Diesel.
Mm-hmm. Also, way before he got big.
Yeah, that was very, very, very far before he was anything. Who are the ones you were gonna name off?
Paul Giamatti.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Fillion. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's like the brown-haired guy who's in like the sitcom. Like, if you saw his face, you'd be like, oh, that guy. Adam Goldberg. Ted Danson, I forgot. Even though, I probably shouldn't have forgotten that one. He had a pretty big part. I don't know. Those are kind of the main ones.
Yeah, those were the ones that jumped out when I was going through the cast list. But yeah, Bryan Cranston was the biggest one that stuck out. He had a really small role, though.
He was like the DC guy, right?
Yes. He was like in the meeting where they decided to save Private Ryan, like just to enact that mission or whatever.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. And then the last award is who won the movie. I think I'll go first on this one. So this, just to clarify, this is just like in general. This extends beyond just what happens in the movie. This could be like career-wise as a jumping point or like anything, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So my winner of the award, who won, is the goddamn US of A. They killed the
because fuck Nazis.
Exactly. I don't really have to say much more. I think that speaks for itself. They killed the Nazis in several ways. Many a Nazi. It was just great stuff.
Damn right, we won World War II, never forget. Fuck them Nazis.
Isn't that like the way Brad Pitt says it in Inglourious Bastards? Yeah. That movie's so fucking funny. I love that movie.
That movie's hysterical. Those are two of the best World War II movies, but they're so different.
Yeah. Alright, who was your winner?
My winner was Us, because not only did we get Saving Private Ryan, but from it, because of it, we also got Band of Brothers, which is one of the best shows ever. Have you seen Band of Brothers?
I have.
We've talked about this multiple times, actually.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, Band of Brothers is just such a good... It's essentially Saving Private Ryan, except for maybe way more confusing. But like 10 hours long.
Yeah.
Like, I understood like 15% of that plot.
After Saving Private Ryan, Tom Hanks became like an honorary military dude. So he just started doing shit like Band of Brothers, and then didn't they do one called The Pacific? Which was pretty much the same thing, but just in Asia. Or whatever, yeah.
Oh.
So, that's
incredible.
We did win, didn't we?
Damn right. But we, in the United States, don't we always win?
Exactly. That's really the moral of the story.
Okay. Go America. We don't do things wrong.
Alright, so now is time for fun facts. And there's so many of them about this movie, which is why we've devoted an entire segment to it.
Do you want to start or do you want me to?
Yeah, let's just go back and forth. You read us one.
Alright. Robin Williams helped get Matt Damon get the part. Williams introduced Matt Damon to Steven Spielberg because they were filming Good Will Hunting. And Spielberg was there. And Spielberg actually wanted somebody who wasn't very well known. And at the time, Matt Damon wasn't. And then Good Will Hunting made him a superstar, you know, right before Saving Private Ryan came out.
That's a very fun fact. And that was going to be my trivia question for you. Till you fucking reeled that off before the show. But yeah, it's a great fact. My fun fact will be, it's kind of two facts in one, so I'm cheating a little bit. But so the movie was actually filmed in chronological order from the timeline. And the reason for that was Spielberg wanted the actors to feel like they were going through the journey together. And then they also wanted that element of Matt Damon coming in late, that he wasn't a part of the group. And to kind of further enforce that, Spielberg had the actors, this is sort of known, I kind of knew this, but he had the actors go through a real boot camp, before the movie, but he had Matt Damon not participate in it. So that could, again, further instill that sense of, like, resentment towards him, and also the camaraderie amongst the other soldiers.
That's some dedication. I love that. That's what makes Spielberg the best.
I just thought it was a really fun fact.
All right.
What's your fun fact?
It's nowhere near as fun, but the Omaha beach scene was not shot in France. It was shot in Ireland. The land of my people. Maybe.
We don't even know if you're actually Irish.
Yeah. I feel like I'm probably mostly Irish, but I could be Scottish. I might be a lot of Scottish, too.
You were Scottish enough that that lady in Scotland interviewed you on your thoughts on the Scottish referendum.
Oh, and damn it, did I give them.
Have we told that story? I'm sure we have.
I don't know, but I don't think so. We might have. I'll tell it again.
Yeah.
So we were in Scotland like the weekend of the vote, right?
Yeah, they're voting to split off from Britain.
Yeah, and I was just walking around like part of downtown
Edinburgh?
Edinburgh, damn. And some Canadian reporter walks up and was like, "What's your opinion on the Scottish referendum?" Just because I had red hair. And then I just said, "I'm a fan of..." No, what did I say? I was like, "I like it."
Yeah, no, you
And
like, I
then
don't remember what you said. But yeah, you took like a hard stance, which like no one else was willing to do, which is why she kept trying to find people to talk to.
I'm a fan of it. And then she gave me her card and walked away. And then I was on a Scottish blog, and she was like, this person wants it to pass."
Yes.
Like, made it look like I was Scottish.
That was hilarious. Yeah, what was your fact again? Oh, it was filmed in Ireland.
Oh, man. Yeah, that one.
Okay. Alright. Let's see. Oh, okay, here's one. Another actor who was considered for the role of Private Ryan was Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh. Man, that would have been really good. That would have been interesting.
Yeah. We'll never know, though.
I feel like Neil Patrick Harris's whole career would be very different.
Yeah, absolutely. People would look at him a lot differently.
Yeah. My fun fact is the D-Day scene alone cost $12 million to film, and the entire budget was $70 million. So, like, over a seventh of the budget went to one scene.
Yeah, it was a huge cost. To kind of piggytail off your fun fact, I found I was reading a similar fun fact, but I think it was on a different website. It said that scene involved up to 1,000 extras. Many of them were in the Irish Army Reserve, and then 20 to 30 of them were actually amputees who had prosthetic limbs, but they used them to show soldiers having their limbs blown off.
Wow. That's intense.
Yeah. Okay. My fun fact. 2 of the landing crafts in the Omaha Beach scene were actually used in World War II. Again, realism.
Wow, Spielberg really... he's definitely on, like, using somebody else's money, you know? He's like, I don't give a shit. Let's get the best of the best.
Yeah, he started...
Let's go way over the top.
He started making it, and he was like, how much is the budget? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Give me the crafts. Give me 1,000 extras.
They were eating lobster at every lunch, let me tell you. Alright. I think this might be my last fun fact. Because the other ones are not very fun that I'm reading right now. Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks both got the script on the same day and called each other and was like, let's do this. And then and they really enjoyed working with each other. And this is the first time they've ever worked with each other. And they really enjoyed it. And then they've made a bunch of other movies, and they both helped with Band of Brothers in the Pacific. So it's like kind of the beginning of a relationship. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is neat. I read that, and I thought like it was just cool because they both thought to call that specific person, even though they never worked together.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Okay. This one, I don't remember this happening in the movie, but apparently it does. So I guess Paul Giamatti at one point says the streets have been quiet for about 45 minutes, and it's actually exactly 45 minutes in the movie when he says that.
Oh, that's super fun.
Yeah, that's fun. I'm just going through this
You got
list.
any others?
I'll read off a couple others. When they shoot those, you remember that part where they shoot the German soldiers? And they're like, hands are up, and they're like, don't shoot. They're speaking like German and stuff. Well, they're not actually speaking German. They're speaking in Czech, and they're saying, please don't shoot me. I am not German. I am Czech. I didn't kill anyone. I am Czech. And apparently that's a nod to German troops forcing Czech and Polish people to fight in the German military.
That's good stuff.
There's so many just great details in this movie.
That's the type of stuff you get from listening to this podcast.
Where else would you have learned
like that? Not the internet, that's for sure.
Oh, this is a good fact. I'm just scrolling through a list of facts. It was Saving Private Ryan is the last film edited on a non-digital editing system to win the Academy Award for editing.
Oh, that is a fun fact.
Yeah. All these other fun facts are just less fun. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, they recreated the D-Day scene from like footage, like real news footage, but it was only like pictures. So that's how they structured it all. The inspiration for the movie is for these brothers called the Nyland family, but one of the brothers actually ended up still being alive. They just thought he was dead, so two of them survived instead of just one.
That makes me. I always like it when this type of thing's on a true story, you know. But it also makes me happy that two of them survived.
Yeah, it's like a win. That's a win-win fun fact, really.
That is a win-win fun fact. Again, quality stuff here at Drinking Buddies podcast.
Nothing but the best.
I feel like I have to win you guys over when we're on episode like 37. Like all 5 of you left. You're kind of stuck with us now.
Okay. Trivia time. Do you want your trivia question to go first, or would you like me to ask mine?
I can go first.
Okay.
So when the movie went to TV, the television companies changed one thing from the theaters during the switch about the movie. Option A, they cut out the most gruesome, like violent parts. They shortened option 2. They shortened the DD battle to make the time restraints. And option 3, they made the colors on the screen brighter.
I'm gonna say option 3.
Option 3 is correct.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that because I read that somewhere. This is the problem with doing trivia when we both just read a million fun facts.
It's like studying right before a test.
Exactly.
It's super easy.
Let's see if I can put this one past you. So for the opening scene on Omaha Beach, they used many barrels of fake blood to create the horrific battle. And these are like, I'm guessing they're like fucking like oil drum barrels of fake blood. So, okay, so I'll give you 3 options. Was it 25, 40, or 70?
Oh, this is a good question. 70.
It was actually 40, but that's still a lot of fake blood.
That's a lot of fake blood. A disturbing amount.
Yeah. But they nailed it. Go America.
They used every goddamn last drop. Go America. We should be drinking Budweiser right now.
Yeah, I feel dirty
Yeah.
recording this episode with. Okay. I think we have time, so we're gonna. Do you have any last closing thoughts on Saving Private Ryan?
I don't think so. What a movie.
Yeah, me either. It was, we pretty much said everything about it. I'm just mad mostly that you haven't seen Gladiator, because I wanted to do this deep dive on Gladiator, but you had never seen it before.
Honestly, like, I don't. Of course, it's about a gladiator, but I don't even know anything about it. It's not one of those movies like all the classic movies that I'm like, oh, I gotta see that. You know, it hasn't even crossed my mind.
It's incredibly badass, is what it is.
If you name your movie Gladiator, you better be badass.
Alright. Let's move off Saving Private Ryan for now. Let us go on to Pop. I will go, you can go first. I have two, so I have a backup if you say the one I think you're gonna say.
No, I'm actually going throwback right now.
Oh.
I'm gonna go, Graceland, Paul Simon's album in the 80s, because it's just a superb album.
Have you refound it recently?
Yeah, the last few weeks I've been listening to it a good amount. It's just one of the best albums of all time. It just, he like goes to Africa to record part of it and has some African influences. It's really, really, really good. And Paul Simon's fantastic.
Yeah, I love that album. That's a great album. The African influence thing was, I guess it was kind of controversial at the time, but I thought it was really well done. And it was like it really makes it unique. Like he did it in a way that it kind of brought a new element into what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he didn't like change who he was.
Yeah, he didn't change his style. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
So that's a hell of an album. My pop is Deadpool 2.
Of course.
Which is what I thought you were gonna say. That movie was so good. It was so funny. That's one of the funniest movies I've seen in a really long time. Like it
was
theaters.
hysterical, yeah.
And it was like, I would say it was almost better than the first. You have to watch the first to fully appreciate the second.
Absolutely. I agree. I think it was better than the second. I mean, better than the first. I want to talk about it, but it's new out, so I don't want to spoil it, but.
Yeah, so go to a theater and watch it so we can talk about it more on this show. I was just so proud of Rob Delaney.
I feel like he's like a friend, you know?
Yeah. I feel like we got on the Rob Delaney bandwagon, like, early enough to still, like, not be, you know what I mean? Like, we got on it. We weren't the first ones on, for sure, but, like, we got on early enough that we're not just bandwagon posers.
No,
we go back with Rob.
Yeah.
Call him Rob.
With Rob. We know what he's been through, you know? We've read his book.
We both have read his book.
Yeah. We watched his show from the beginning.
That is also true. Catastrophe is a great show. They're making a new season, I think.
They are making a new season. That show's gone from, like, funny to really, like, still really good.
It's so depressing to watch.
So depressing. I rarely laugh.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time there was a hysterical moment on the show. It was like season 1. Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of Louie.
I couldn't agree more.
Louie was pretty funny at first, and then it was like just a sad dad show.
Yeah, just like, is this what my adult life's gonna be? Because I kind of feel like it's going to.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
Like, it was like looking in the future.
In a bad way.
In a very, very bad way.
At least with Catastrophe, I don't feel like that's like a likely future.
Yeah, you're not gonna knock up a British chick and move there?
Yeah, and like some of the other stuff, like how he just like went on an alcoholic rampage and then his friend almost died. and all that
I
stuff.
forgot about the American.
He has one
friend.
American friend who's like the most obnoxious person ever.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty great. But yeah, what was it? Deadpool 2. Good stuff. Ryan
Very
Reynolds
good.
is funny.
He's hysterical. He's got great timing. He's also just super likable too.
I just couldn't imagine anyone else as Deadpool.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Also, I like that he helped write it and produced it this time.
Yeah, wasn't it? It was a different director. Do you know why? I don't.
I have no idea.
But yeah. So he was more involved. Well, cool. That was all our pops. Is there anything we forgot?
Are we gonna talk about next episode?
Yeah, we can talk about next episode. Because we know what that's going to be for the first time ever.
Yeah.
So next episode is going to be our NBA season recap, because by the time that we get to the next episode, the season will be over. Even if this series goes 7, which seems dire. But if it does, I actually looked at the calendar. This was before the series started. I looked at the calendar and I was like, how many episodes do we have left? What's our first one after? And it's actually this next one coming up. So that worked out well. So we'll have all the guys on again, talk about how we felt about the season. Jake will probably gloat.
Son of a bitch.
And Tom will have a lot to say about the Bucks.
Yeah, he will. I live for Tom takes.
Tom takes are the best part of this.
Oh, that should be a
shows.
segment.
Yeah, I'm writing
Tom
that down.
takes.
Tom Tanks is in pen right now. Tom Takes. I almost wrote Tom Tanks. I think I was still thinking about Saving Private Ryan, but
I feel like I said Tom Tanks.
that's probably why I almost wrote it. Yeah, so Jake will be really sad when they blow a 3-0 lead, because the only thing more embarrassing than blowing a 3-1 lead is blowing a 3-0 lead.
Classic, right?
Yeah, I'm wearing
Just
my
like the
LeBron shirt.
Falcons. Never forget that they lost 3-1. Oh shit, I fucked it up.
What was
It's
that?
too late. Never forget Golden State lost a 3-1 lead.
They did. That is fact. I'm wearing my LeBron shirt.
Holy shit, how did I not notice that? It's just a goat with the number 23 in it. That's the shirt.
That's all you need.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So NBA show next time. And I was thinking we might divide it up to make it less than 2 hours. We might do 2 episodes. I might just cut it in half.
Idea. Yeah.
It's also less work for us.
I thrive on less work.
So look forward to that. And then we have Fuck This Thing. We forgot Fuck This Thing. So what is your Fuck This Thing?
The most important segment.
I know.
My Fuck This Thing, which I might have already done, is shoes or foot prisons. 'Cause it's getting hot and humid right now in Baltimore, which is a very humid place. And I have to go to work every day, and I have to wear shoes, and my feet sweat a ton. The best part of every day is taking my shoes off, I swear to God.
I am with you on this take. I would rather not wear shoes pretty much ever if I had the choice. I like foot prisons. I'm going to use that more often.
It's a good term.
So my Fuck This Thing, let's see, I have a pretty good list here. I know I did that one. Okay, this is one, so I'm gonna use one specific person as an example. I know he listens. No, he doesn't listen. But, I'm gonna put him on blast for a little bit. His name is Zach Harper. He's he's a basketball analyst on Twitter. A lot of people follow him because he's just pretty funny. He's not the only one person to do this though. I'm just using him as an example. But he always does this thing. He was a Timberwolves blogger, but now he kind of blew up, so he's now a national writer, whatever. But he tweets during Timberwolves games quite a bit, and fans always ask him. He doesn't really get like mad when bad things happen, and he always kind of plays it off like, I stopped being a diehard years ago. Like I just realized like that wasn't cool. Like he kind of has that that thing that he's not the only one to do this. A lot of people do this where they're like, I root for the team, but like I don't really care. Like it's just sports or whatever. And like fuck you for doing that, because like it makes me feel like a bad person, and I don't want to feel like a bad person. So it's really your problem.
Absolutely. That's bullshit. You can't ride the high while absolving yourself from the low.
Exactly. That's my big problem with it.
It's scumming.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that. Fuck everybody that does that.
Like you're in or you're out, and that's it.
You can't. Absolutely.
You can't walk the line.
You can't pick and choose. What do you think this is? Nazi Germany? I don't know how that made sense. We can cut that one out.
You're right, we could. But yeah, that's my feeling on sports fandom. You're in or you're out, and you can't just take the good. It's not allowed.
I read a Reddit post today of what are good reasons? What are the acceptable reasons for leaving for switching sports fandoms?
I think there are reasons, but it's an all or nothing thing.
Absolutely. But like, I'm asking, what do you think are those reasons?
So obviously if they move.
Yeah.
If they move,
if another team moves, like in LA when we didn't have a football team.
Yeah.
If you moved in there, you're allowed to switch.
Yeah, that would be okay. I even think, like, I would even say, like it wouldn't, if, like, say, a lifelong Browns fan switched teams, it would depend on which team they switch to, and it would have to be an all or nothing thing, but, like, I would get that.
Yeah, I would not hold that against them.
They're
one of the few teams.
But it would be like, they couldn't pick, like, the Patriots, Like, they'd have to pick, like, a normal, average team. But I would be like, okay, I wouldn't hate you.
And they couldn't go back to the Browns.
Exactly.
When Baker Mayfield makes them great.
Exactly. Like, it's an all or nothing exchange. What were some of the things that came up in that thread?
It was the teams moving, a shitty owner like Dan Snyder level or, Sterling level.
Yeah, I can see that.
What else? One was a college legend, like your favorite college player. If he went to a professional team, then you can switch to that professional team. But I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that. That's pushing it.
You'd have to be really invested in that college player.
Yeah.
You'd have to have, like, that would be like you're going to school when they're there.
Yeah. It would have to be.
That's like the only thing. You can't just be like, I'm trying to think of a popular athlete now. Like, say if you were like a really big Josh Rosen fan, and you like didn't go to UCLA, and you're not even in school, you can't just bandwagon the Cardinals now. You can't do it. I'm sorry.
No, it would be ridiculous. Yeah. Like if you didn't really have a team, you could pick the Cardinals because of that.
That would okay. That's different though.
You can't switch.
Switching is much different.
Yeah. The other one I remember is if like you have a family member or a close friend that like either becomes part of the team or like works for the team in some way, like a ball boy or something, even something as simple as that, or if the team starts writing for that.
I've heard of that. I don't remember who it was, but someone was like someone I know is from the Bay Area, and their family, they like grew up 49ers fans, but someone in like the family started working for the Raiders, so they all became Raiders fans. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, that feels more than fine.
Yeah. But again,
that said, I would never betray my Cowboys. And I am a better fan because I would never do that, and other people would. That's how it works. Absolutely. But yeah, again, it's an all or nothing exchange. I think that's the biggest piece of it. Mm-hmm. It's got to be all or nothing. You can't flip-flop back and forth.
We take this stuff seriously.
Maybe more seriously than anything else right now.
Alright. It might be time to reveal our new sign-off.
Oh, of course.
I have to remember what it is before I accidentally say, have a great week, everybody, again. Because I almost just said that. Alright, I got it.
Alright.
Disappointingly, I will not be saying goodbye, McGoodbye face.
God
It didn't
you guys
win.
let us down.
I thought it would, honestly. I was afraid it would, but I was like, alright, well, we'll do this. If it does. So.
You wanna do it?
Yeah, with that disappointment, stay drunk, everyone.
Stay drunk.